Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have finally the regular season on deck for this one. All the hard work in the spring, all the weirdness of the spring is coming to a close, and we are finally ready to get into the end of March, beginning of April, and we are going to go through all of April here. And here's our opening day lineup. The first right-handers: Chuck, Rogers, Nolan Jones, Chris Bryant, Ryan McMahon, Elias Diaz, Ezekiel Tovar, Sean Bouchard, and Bretton Doyle. So those two battles we were working on in the spring. It's going to be Chris Bryant manning first and Sean Bouchard opening up in left field with Stallings, Luis Montero, Sam Hilliard, and Michael Tolia being our bench bats against lefties. Nothing really changes a whole bunch. You got Bouchard at the top of the lineup, and then Tovar a little bit lower with McMahon really low at 8 in the lineup. As of right now, things are subject to change, but this is how we were feeling going into the regular season. Kyle Freeland will get the ball to open up the season, followed by Cal Quantrill, Austin Gomber, Dakota Hudson, and Peter Lambert. And these are the guys who made it out of spring training. Feltner, Beeks, Bird, Curtis, Kinley, Gilbreth, Daniel Bard, and of course Justin Lawrence, who had a fantastic season last year as our closer. We're going to ask him to do it again this year if he can. And I'm excited. Game 1 against the Diamondbacks. Here we go. You get chills every single time that the calendar turns to this part of the year. Opening day is upon us, finally. And we are taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just like we took them to begin our spring, we'll take them on to begin our regular season. It's going to be Kyle Freeland and Zach Gallen, a rematch of that first meeting we had very beginning or very end of February, beginning of March. And we have a fun one on tap. I'm so excited to see this team in action. I am so excited to finally get my official start. Here's what everyone is projecting us. And this is what we're projecting. 69, nice, and 93. We want that record up. We'll see if we can break 70 wins. Rogers is going to be our most valuable player according to this. And look, really a bunch of everybody. Rogers projected 270 average. Nolan Jones at 830 OPS. McMahon leads in home runs. Tovar, I think we have him in a nice spot in the lineup for RBI possibilities. Doyle fast, and Rogers overall well-rounded player. Here we go as Zach Gallen takes the bump, gets the ball, and just the cinematics. You can feel it in the air. You hear that crowd roar as baseball is finally back for real this time. Gallen almost won the Cy Young last year, did go to Blake Snell. Look at him, a 3.47 ERA, a bunch of innings pitched, a bunch of strikeouts. The walk rate is low, had a couple of bad starts towards the end, and that's where he lost out that Cy Young. And it's him versus Chuck again. Charlie Blackmon coming off a pretty decent year, all things considered, even though he was dealing with some injuries. And first pitch is in there for a ball. 2-0 count. Blackmon turns on that fastball, sends it into right field. Corbin Carroll under it, and now be the first out of the ball game. And here's our lineup again, like we just saw. Blackmon, Rogers, Nolan Jones set to go in this one. A little bit fast forward in the inning. Nolan Jones 2-0 count. All three hitters had a 2-0 count, ended up popping out, and Jones will be the last one, and they will put him away. The first inning come and gone. It's 0-0 still. No one on base for the Rockies just yet. Kyle Freeland will toe the slab for the Rocks. 6-14 record last season. Had a very good 2018 season. Out of contract and has not lived up to it. So we'll see if he can kind of return to form. Corbin Carroll off Chris Bryant's glove, and second effort by Chris Bryant, starting off the season already in a funny manner as Bryant able to glove it eventually. Geraldo Perdomo, he goes down swinging on a sinker down and away, and Ketel Marte to take that sinker right on the black. 1-2 count for Freeland trying for a clean first inning. And he will get it. Slow dribbler. It's going to be a tough play, especially for the lefty Freeland, but he's able to turn the hips fire to Bryant. And no one on yet for either side. Chris Bryant with a 1-2 count. Takes that circle change, deposits it into right field in front of Corbin Carroll. And our first base hit of the year comes courtesy of the $26 million a year man, Elias Diaz, later on with an out in this top of the second inning, working with Bryant on first base. Our all-star last year, the all-star MVP last year, he rockets one, and Carroll able to track it down. Corbin Carroll is going to use his legs, and that is one of his, if not his, strongest attribute. And we'll see a little bit later on in this one as well, as Tovar gets a good pitch to hit, pops it up to Moreno on the backstop, and that will do it for the second inning. Bryant gets a hit. That's just about that. Freeland, 2 outs here. Grichuk, Tovar are able to scoop it, able to acrobatically toss it across his body in a good fielding play. And so far, the offense has kept at bay. Only 1 hit through 2 innings combined from both sides. Here's Christian Walker, as the Rockies weren't really able to do anything in the top of the third, but Walker's going to change that opposite field tank. Is it going to carry? Is it going to carry? Yes, it is. Just missed the pool by inches. And Christian Walker, good every day and twice on Sundays, as he goes 394. And look at this, a hanging curveball. He just stays on it, takes it to the opposite field. Almost 400 feet. Exit velo almost 100. And the Arizona Diamondback strike first. Zach Gallen gets Nolan Jones to chase at that circle change by his shins. Jones, again, we are putting a lot of stock on him this year and in the future. Weren't able to get a contract done in the spring. The price is going up. Opposite field ground rule double, and look at this, just stays on it, stays back, rips through, beautiful 2-handed swing. Just keep those hands level, keep that plane where you need it to be, hit the barrel of the bat. Chris Bryant can't repeat his success of the second inning as he strikes out on that deadly knuckle curve that Gallen has, and with the runner on scoring position, the Rockies, will they strand him? This one's deep, but settling under it's going to be Jock Peterson. And they do get a base runner, and they get a guy in scoring position, but the Rockies unable to convert. Still, the lone damage is Christian Walker here. 1-0 Arizona into the bottom of the 4th inning, and McMahon stabs at that one, scalded to him. Ketel Marte can't believe it. Jock Peterson going to swing through that slider, got him in a good position. 1-2. Freeland really settling in past that Christian Walker home run, and fastball upstairs, don't care, got him looking, and Freeland walks off confidently. Still only that 1 hit, that 1 base runner allowed, even though it is the difference in this one. Elias Diaz gets jammed. Carroll goes full extension, but can't corral it, and Elias Diaz is going to end up eventually on second base after a walk, I believe, or a Tovar hit. And we're going to play some small ball here. Bouchard bunts him over. Bretton Doyle, our weakest offensive player, does a job. And just like that, during these last 2 at-bats, season ticket prices and sales from people over 70 years old skyrocket. So Bretton Doyle making us some money. And on second base, Charlie Blackmon takes it to right field, and our first home run of the season comes way of our de facto captain as Chuck Nasty, 417, right field. The bench is loving it, and Colorado officially takes the lead thanks to a 2-run bomb by Charlie Blackmon. Look at that, staged through it, that slap swing, able to get a fantastic piece of it, and this one got out quick, fast, and in a hurry. 109 off the bat. Rogers trying to double up what Blackmon did, this time gets under it, and that's going to end the 5th with the Rockies taking a lead thanks to our man, the hopefully lifelong Rocky, Charlie Blackmon. pick it up in the top of the fifth, and Freeland is going to leave a 3-0 pitch over the middle where Randall Grichuk's going to get 2 bases out of it, standing up. So Arizona threatening here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It brings up Eugenio Suarez eventually after Grichuk got to third base, and Rockies will strand the runner. So Freeland, past that one miscue, he's been quite solid, and that's shaping up to be a good start to the year. Trouble with it at second base, tossed over to first base, and Nolan Jones is just out, but hold on a second. They have a chance to review this, and they'll take a second look at it. You see that left foot gets on there, and they knew it right away. They didn't even let the full replay go. So runner on first base. He's going to then take second base. So an out turns into a double, basically, in between 2 pitches. And the first stolen base of Nolan Jones' season. Some more trouble at second base, but Bryant is out. Does the job, though. Moves the runner up 90 feet to third. And that is going to do it for Gallen's day, as he is responsible for Nolan Jones over there at third base. So we'll see what his final stat line does. But the ace did not have quite a Cy Young start to the season. Nothing terrible, but did give up a couple runs, especially that home run by Charlie Blackmon and Scott McGough. How do you say his name? McGough? I don't give a rat's. Takes on Ryan McMahon. Man, again, trying to do the job. First pitch from McGough. We're going to go with McGough. Why not? And, he rips it just foul. McMahon wasting no time. Second pitch of the at-bat. And waits patiently. Kick to deliver. And into right field. This is going to be deep enough, and Jones has wheels enough to score with Corbin Carroll retreating back. And 4-1 Rocks. Move along to Elias Diaz, and some more bobbling over there at second base, and that's the third time the second baseman Marte just can't field it cleanly. It's going to go down as a base hit, rightfully so, but look at Elias Diaz hustling down that line and able to beat it well before the throw gets in. But it makes you wonder, even with how deep in the hole that throw was, that they almost still got him. Marte is going to make up for it with a walk drawn here, and Jock Peterson, 2 on, 2 out, 1-2 count. Bottom 6, swings through it. Freeland fired up as he is through 6 innings, and 4-1 Rockies, taking the lead to the back third of this one. Lourdes Gurriel is going to beat Chris Bryant and get on base to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Rockies didn't do much of note in the top of the inning. Grichuk just passed McMahon's diving glove, and already 2 on for Colorado. And guess who is up next? It's Christian Walker. We know what he did, so Bud Black's going to pull his starter, who got him 6 fantastic innings, started to give up some in the 7th, so he's going to go 6+, but his day's not done. Is responsible for both men on. John Curtis is going to come out, didn't play much of the spring, and he gets a nasty slider there to pick up strike 1. Fastball inside, hammered. Christian Walker, did he do it again? Yes, loud. Yes, he did. Christian Walker ties this one up. His second ding-dong of the game, responsible for all 4 runs driven in tonight. And Christian Walker is giving these Rockies nightmares. Look at this. Wasn't gone by a whole long shot, but still good swing specs there. Ends up going the distance and tying this one up 4. Jalen Beek's going to come in a little bit later and get a 5-4-3. No, he does not. The 5-4-3 is, like I said, Corbin Carroll's legs are going to show up here. Beats that one out. Ends up taking second base here just ahead of the throw from Diaz. Not the best defensive catcher. He's on second base. Luckily for the Rockies, Geraldo Perdomo is not going to do much with it. And Chris Bryant will race to the bag and beat Perdomo there. But again, Christian Walker How do you like me now? Just like that, brand new ball game as we head into the 8th inning. And in that 8th inning, it's the Diamondbacks making another switch. Kyle Nelson, no, not the kid I went to high school with, but a Major League pitcher, takes on Nolan Jones, and Nolan Jones slaps this one down the line into the corner. It's going to not get quite to the wall, but with the angle Gurriel took, it's going to end up being a double for our main man, Nolan Jones. His second of the day. He wears 22 for reasons, 2 bags all day, as he now up to 4 total bases on the game. And his season starting off on the right foot. That's what we want to see from him. Some power, some doubles, just an overall fantastic hitter, and slides in there just ahead of the tag from Marte. Iris Montero will bat here, trying to play the matchup with the lefty. McMahon not very good against lefties, and Montero not good against lefties in this case at least. And Jones will pressure the throw, but he'll retreat back to second. Nothing for the Rockies there, but the Diamondbacks aren't done. Jock Peterson going to go opposite field, lefty on lefty prime, as he gets a double. I feel like that was the same case we had in that spring training game we just saw, last episode, where he went lefty-lefty, went opposite field double. Jake McCarthy will now run for him. Gurriel, we're going to intentionally walk him, and it's risky, because who's up next? Randall Grichuk, but who's after him? Christian Walker. So Daniel Bard is going to get the ball, and he's going to strike out Grichuk. So far, he played the righty-on-righty matchup with Randall Grichuk. He hits lefties so well. Even though Beeks kind of did his job, we're going to see him swing over that slider. And so far, the strategy has worked. And on paper, the righty against the righty Walker should work out. But we saw him already hit a home run. Slider to start things off. We're going to watch this full at bat. 2 for 3, 2 home runs, responsible for all 4 runs driven in. Sinker outside, doesn't bite on it, so we can't get a weak ground ball to end the inning. Slider outside, still nothing competitive so far. Just that one strike to start the at bat. We're going to go slider again, try to catch some of the plate. We do. 2-2, bottom 8. Bard versus Walker, one of our best relievers, was one of their best hitters. And offense wins is right over the head of Montero, now playing first base, and that's going to score 1. Jones gets to it in the corner. Rogers, the relay throw, it's going to be close. But Alec Thomas, who came in to pinch run, and it's a great thing he did. He has more speed than Gurriel. He scores easily. And it is 6-4 Diamondbacks here with only 2 outs here in the 8th. But now a man on second base, and they could do some more damage if they so choose. They don't, and now it's the 9th inning. McCarthy in center field, Alec Thomas in left field. Not only more speed, but more defense out there. And it's closing time as the most feared man in the NL West, Kevin Ginkel. Try to slam the door here. Ginkel last year, 2.48 ERA, really known for his postseason. He did fantastic. He'll take on Ezekiel Tovar to start things off. Tovar 1 for 3. Ginkel 1-2 count. That slider on the outside, or fastball on the outside, I should say, gets Tovar chasing. Michael Toglia, our last hope. He will pinch hit for Brenton Doyle at the end. Bottom 9 and 2 outs, 0-0 count. We'll watch this full at bat. Toglia jumps on his hanging slider, hits it well, but not fair. A little bit early. This one down and inside, and chasing goes Toglia. 0-2 now for the 2 young players out here. That slider inside Toglia does not bite. 1-2 count. He finally gets one he likes. Lifted into right center field. Corbin Carroll there to put it away, and that will do it for opening day. So the Rocks had some explosions early, but the offense settled down, and Christian Walker just took us to church, man. I mean, literally and physically. Literally, any way you can take that saying, he did it. Literally metaphorically, whatever it is. Kyle Nelson picks up the win. Jalen Beeks picks up the loss, and the save goes to Ginkle here on the first night of the season. Walker, 2 home runs plus a double. All 6 runs came off of his bat. Charlie Blackmon helping us out there. I believe that 4th inning, but too little. And pitching, the bullpen kind of gave it up there for the Rockies. We head in and check on the box score here. So for Colorado, Blackmon 1 for 4. Again, had that home run. Jones with a couple doubles. Blackmon 2 RBI. McMahon and Doyle each got an RBI, both on sacrifice flies, and the stolen base for both Doyle and Jones. The pitching staff goes as follow, with Jalen Beeks giving up 2 earned runs. John Curtis 1 earned run in his 1/3 innings pitch. So Freeland had a good day, but the bullpen didn't help him out. And again, it was all Christian Walker. You see him in this one. 3 for 4, 2 runs, 6 RBI, all 6 RBI, and that's a great way to start your year. I hope you have him in fantasy, because he went off. Zach Gallen, 5 1/3, 4 earned runs, only 2 strikeouts with the bullpen untouched. As Walker, unsurprisingly, wins the player of the game. Going to fast forward to our game on the 5th. Our home opener, Stephen Jones, a minor injury, and now we're taking on the Tampa Bay Rays here in Coors Field. First time here in Coors of the season. And again, another beautiful flyover brings us to Austin Gomber's first start, second start of the year. His first start of the year, he went 5 innings, got the loss. See if he can do better against this Rays. Always a sneaky Rays squad. Nothing so far here. Harold Ramirez is going to swing at one in the dirt. Diaz scoops it up, and a good start so far. First 2 up, first 2 down for Gomber. Picks up a strikeout there. Look at this curveball, just loop. And he's one of the main pieces that the Nolan Arenado trade brought over. He has not had a successful tenure so far in Colorado. Does have 2 runners on here, but Tovar flips it over to Rogers, and that's going to do it here for the first inning. 1 hit, a couple base runners, and Zach Littell is the man we're trying to conquer here. Basically very similar stats to what Gomber put up in his first game, and he mows down the first 3 Rockies, no problemo, as Jones flies out center field, and that will do it. Top 2, 2-2 count for Ahmed Rosario. He's going doubling as Doyle able to cut it off in the gap with his speed, but even with arm strength and accuracy that he has, not able to dust the speedy Rosario at second base as he pulls up for a double. Later on is Caballero. Down the line, off the base of the wall, and him and Rosario will trade places. A double for him and an RBI. Looky here, kind of just catches the ball with his bat. I'm not going to say he's Barry Bonds, but that's how Barry Bonds used to describe hitting tanks. Catching the ball with the bat and sending it wherever he wanted to. Good pitch to get out of the inning, and you see we got a new meme as you just got struck out by Austin Gomber. Diaz up the middle. He's going to find a single, find some grass, and the first base runner for the Rockies. Nothing is going to come out of it, I don't believe. Maybe I lied. Ezekiel Tovar is going to go opposite field. Excuse my French, as we do a little bit more with that. Now 2 runners on, a late 2-out rally here in the bottom of the second inning with Bouchard coming on deck. He's going to fly out. He got a good piece of this. And settling under it is Josh Lowe. And you see Bouchard, he's upset at himself. He thought he got a better piece of that. Unfortunately, he did not. But who did? Harold Ramirez got a good chunk of that pitch. Deposits it in the left field. And the first home run at Coors comes by way of the Rays, unfortunately. And they will expand their lead now here early on. It is 2-0 after that solo blast by Ramirez. You see him just get all of that one. 96 off the bat, 410 projected distance. Almost over 5.5 seconds of hang time. Isaac Paredes is going to go Coors in the left field. And this one a little bit deeper. 431 feet and more of a shot than Ramirez. But they count all the same. This one actually going to count for 2 as doubling up the score 4-0. Look at this pretty swing by Paredes. He knew it immediately. Med Rosario trying to get over the head, get a second double, but McMahon with the Spider-Man-esque hops. And shout out to the Colorado camera crew and production staff. The highlight of the inning, yes, not those 2 home runs, was that McMahon catch. SportsCenter, I get your top play. Charlie Blackmon, he's going to go Coors, and this one is not going to land. Look at that, triple deck. Derby level damage, they say. 464, 107.6 off the bat. His third long ball of the season. His second of this episode here on Netflix. And look at this shot. Coors! Charlie Blackmon flipping the bat, keeping it classy. He gets Colorado on the board. It's now 4-1. Again, look where this thing lands. Ugh. You get souvenirs up there, nowhere else. Bryant trying to keep the inning alive, but a great stop at shortstop. I believe that's Caballero. So doing it with the bat, doing it with the glove. And Charlie Blackmon will see that one more time. Bottom 4 now. Brenton Doyle with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. He's going to go opposite field, inside outs, that inside fastball, and one's going to score at least. Doyle will hold up at first. Probably could have taken second if he wanted to, but he will cut the lead in half. Now 4-2 Rockies, bottom 4. And again, look at this swing. Just stayed with that fastball, shot it the other way. Sometimes that's all you can do, and that's what you got to do. Later on, another good piece of hitting by Harold Ramirez as he goes basically that same spot that Ahmed Rosario double landed. This time it gets all the way to the wall. And maybe with Rosario's speed, that's a triple. But he just has a good piece of hitting, and that's going to do it for Gomber as we're going to bring in Tyler Kinley. And his first assignment is Andy Diaz. And he did not pass that assignment. That one's going to get over Bouchard's head. One hops the wall, and another double, another run for the Rays. 5-2, top 5. Still nobody out. As Yandy Diaz sits at second base with an RBI double. Still nobody out. Paredes is going to go doubling. His back-to-back-to-back doubles to open up the frame here in the top of the 5th. Jones going to get that one in, but not in time to get the sauntering Paredes into second base. Back again, 3 doubles in a row, and it's finally going to get out of the inning 6-2 with a 6-4-3 double play, but not before 3 doubles expand this lead from 4-2 to 6-2. Tyler Alexander's going to start or come in the middle of the 5th inning after Littell got 1 out. He faces Nolan Jones, first pitch swinging. Opposite field, this one's carrying and Coors! That one is the Coors effect. I think all the other home runs are home runs everywhere else. That one might have got aid from the zero air in the altitude as Nolan Jones for the first time goes yard, or in this case goes Coors. And we'll see this one again, but the opposite field, we've seen him hit 2 doubles the opposite way. We've seen him hit this home run the opposite way, and that's exactly when a hitter is locked in. They're going to the opposite field. They're going gapping, and he went opposite field. He's been going opposite field the whole time. Caballero wants to get in on the action. Coors! And this one is going to end up 4-51. And by the way, take a shot every time you hear Coors We are a few banquet beers deep. Cold as the Colorado Rockies. And again, Jose Siri. Siri, please play Coors. And they will. 9-3. It's not looking good for our faithful here, as Jose Siri takes that one dead center. Look at that pretty backswing. Michael Toglia gets subbed in as we're trying to bring in some bench. And he goes Coors! Straight away, center field, 102 off of the bat, off of Sean Armstrong, who's now in the game. Toglia gets his first hit and first homer of the season. 454, 102 off the bat. So Rockies not dead yet. They did replace, I believe it was Bouchard that Toglia came in for. Toglia actually came in for Chris Bryant, excuse me. So Ryan McMahon still 9-4, and he's gonna go Coors. This one on an 0-2 count gets a cutter inside, deposits it. This one almost reached 460 as well. Ryan McMahon, his second home run back-to-back with the young Michael Toglia. Rockies aren't dead, and that's the beauty of this ballpark, is even if you're down multiple runs, you're never out of it. A couple swings, and you're right back in it. Top 9 here as Daniel Bard back in, and he's going to fly out to Jones, and here's what it is. It's going to be Rogers, Jones, Toglia. Probably no section of the lineup I'd rather have. Down by a couple, and they're going to bring in Pete Fairbanks, and I don't blame him, even though not technically a save situation. With the altitude, you want your best pitcher out there. First pitch to Brendan Rodgers. He is going to be just late on it. Up high, a good pitch to drill. Got weak contact, so they're going to bring in Fairbanks, trying to close the game. Rodgers going to let that changeup go on by, in on his hands. Rodgers 1 for 3 so far today, and is trying to be our long-term second baseman. He has a Dale Amador on his tail, but he's going to go Coors. Look at that. Brendan Rodgers, 453, 101, and hitting velocity as well. Straight center. There is not going to be a prettier swing, I think, all game. We've seen plenty of home runs, and I think this one might be the most impressive. While Charlie Blackmon's did end up in the triple deck, this one was off of 97 plus, almost triple digits from Fairbanks, who has those weird eyes. And he saw all of that one. Sequel Tovar, pivotal match, a pivotal at bat here. First pitch, ooh, buddy. Second pitch of the at bat, bases loaded, trying to beat Fairbanks and keep this rally going. Finally, third pitch, 0-2, Tovar in the hole. Oh, you can't watch strike 3 go by, buddy.
What the hell is even that?
And a big strikeout. Elihuris Montero come on. They did bring in Phil Maton to close it out. And we'll see if he can. And Montero, bases loaded, bottom 9. And for the second time, coming in a big situation, he's going to fly out and nothing will happen. Tampa Bay wins after a fireworks display from both teams here at Coors Field. They will come away with the win. Colorado is going to drop their first game at home this season. Their first 2 games of the season, they do not pick up the win, actually pick up the loss. So that is going to do it here from Coors Field. We'll take a quick look at the box score. Josh Lowe 1 for 5. Really, the big ones were Paredes, Ramirez, Caballero, and Siri with multiple RBIs. For Ramirez did have the home run. 1, 2, 3, 4 home runs hit by the Rays, and Littell did well for his 4 1/3, and the bullpen came in well. Rockies, almost everyone got a hit today, and there was a couple of pinch hitters as well, but not enough to get the win. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 home runs, so 9 total core shots here today. Gomber did not have his best stuff. Kinley did not have his best stuff. And John Curtis, who gave up that home run series. Beeks, Bird, and Barr did well. Well, let's finish up this month here. As we kind of go forward in April, it was not a good April. It was not kind, and it doesn't get any better. As Charlie Blackmon up in Canada, he pulls his hamstring. He'll be out for about a week or two, and Warming Burnable is going to come up and get his first major league action. So welcome Warming Burnable in, as we are going to see his first career major league game taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. There's Dante's son. Are we eyeing Bo Bichette to potentially be a guy coming to Colorado and reunite him with his father's legacy here? It's Warming Burnable. He is facing Yusei Kikuchi, and he's going to learn major league pitching real quick. Swings over the top of that circle change, and they get out of the inning. And already, the Blue Jays putting on some damage. Bases loading. Burnable's going to field that one, going to his left. Keep that momentum, go to second base, get the quick short out. Burnable did not have the greatest first debut. He is going to let that one go on a pretty close pitch, 3-2. Doyle on deck, 3-2, 2 outs. He's going to actually get a solid piece of this one. Is this actually going to be his first hit, first home run? No, it won't. And just in front of that newly made wall out there, Burnable's going to swing over the top of that slider. Didn't have the best debut. He did get his first major league hit after this game, but did get called down after Blackmon was ready to go. So that's the first true major league action for Warming Burnable. As you see our record, 6-23. And that's going to do it here for this episode. If you want to just check a look at how everyone's doing, Nolan Jones is doing well. Diaz is doing well. Other than that, we have some holes to fix. How are we going to fix this corner outfield? Tolia, he's not doing too well. We already have Doyle, who's an offensive negative. But let me know how you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know how you guys are liking this team so far. Cal Quantrill, Austin Gomber, Dakota Hudson's been our one bright spot. We're going to be making moves sooner rather than later. There's a couple of things that I want to do with this team to really make them their potential where it is. I want guys to get on base more. I want this team to be a little bit more offensively juiced. The offense that first month was not good, and we're going to try to see if we can pull it together here soon. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time here with the Colorado Rockies.